Friends, mothers, countrymen, lend me your baby sitters. Happy Mother's Day. Now, I think we can all agree that being a mother is the best job in the world because every day we get to choose between eating, showering, and sleeping. Because you can't do all three in one day, na? Stop being greedy, my God. And the thing with us women is that we love to take up a challenge. Except that sometimes we get married to a challenge and give birth to one. First time mothers, when you're preparing for your baby, it's like preparing for your board exams. Except that everyone else is preparing with you and grading you at the same time. Because everyone else knows best. If receiving unwanted, unnecessary advice was an Olympic sport, mothers would win a gold medal every single time. Thank you. Thank you. Now, shall we discuss this? Mother to mother, friend to friend, one by one, step by step. Firstly, you have to choose a hospital that you like. Then book a room. Then conceive the baby. It's very important to do it backwards. Then you've got to find a doctor that you adore. Like, I had a full girl crush on my gynecologist, okay? One day, Dr. Nirmala said, Anu, you have a beautiful uterus. I was like, oh, that's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me, Dr. Nirmala. Thank you. Then when she did my sonogram and I saw my baby for the first time just chilling, I felt like I was already intruding on his privacy. Like I was some sort of spy in the big boss house for babies. And at the delivery table, as Dr. Nirmala said, Anu, push, push. I wanted to push, not just for the love of the baby, but for the love of Dr. Nirmala. But all doctors don't have it easy. They have some very difficult clients also. Like my friend Smita. Smita wanted to deliver her baby on a particular day because she had consulted Guruji. And Guruji said that when Saturn is in the 10th house, you have to pop out the baby at exactly 1500 hours IST. And after all that effort, Smita's baby is an idiot. It just goes to show that you can't defeat genetics, whatever you do. When you're pregnant, you have a list of things to be done. Number 1, keep quiet for 3 months. Shh. And then you have to start thinking about the baby announcement. How are you going to make the big reveal? Please, never ever say, we are pregnant. Because guess what, gentlemen? We are not. I am the one pushing this baby out of me. You are trying very hard not to pass out. In fact, your only contribution now is that you have grown a beer belly out of sheer sympathy. So, should I give you some examples of baby announcements? Because I'm generous and we're friends now. I like big bumps and I cannot lie. Hip hip hooray, a baby's on the way. Hey, Netflix and chill went a little too far. Mr. and Mrs. Mehta Productions present Baby Number 1, not starring Govinda. You're welcome. Now it's time for your baby moon, which is your last romantic vacation with your husband before the little bundle of joy arrives. And for some reason, it's always to the Maldives, a country that runs exclusively on Indian tourism. And while you're there, it's very important to have a professional photo shoot with the glam mom-to-be, lovingly holding her belly. The husband is also allowed for a few clicks. And while he stands there posing, he's just thinking to himself, baby, 100 photos ले चुके हैं हम. Insta post के लिए काफी नहीं है क्या? Now let us discuss baby showers, or as I call it, where others shower gifts on your baby so you don't have to. Now, baby showers are usually thrown by the sister or the BFF of the expectant mom. And usually she is not a mom, but she wants to make the baby shower really fun. Please, ladies, I only have one request. Do not bake a cake with a baby on top with its butt sticking out made of marzipan that the mother-to-be is expected to cut. Because you know what? She is not going to be doing her own cesarean. So why are we checking out her knife skills? Also, please avoid this disgusting diaper game where every chocolate known to mankind is smashed into this diaper and that poor mother has to taste it and guess the contents. I mean, is this how you prepare her for months of dirty diapers? I mean, let's face it now. No babies smells of Nutella. With pregnant wives now, I feel bad for the husbands involved. Sometimes. Because they also have to put up with with the hormones and the mood swings and the food cravings and the no action. Janu, spending so much time in the bathroom these days. I wonder why, Suresh. Now, ladies, they have to lie a lot also, to you. Oh, Janu, you've never looked more beautiful. I haven't waxed in 8 months, Suresh. Baby, you are glowing. I'm sweating, Suresh. Sweetie, you look perfect. Suresh, I look like King Kong. And ladies, please don't get used to these pregnancy compliments. Because when you're pregnant and you're waddling down the street, everyone is like, oh, adorable, ambati putti. But once you've delivered and you're waddling down the street, they're like, oh, Baba, put on, no? Post-delivery, my mom-in-law gave me size 36 pants. I was like, is that a hint or a gift? Both. Because at that point, only a sari could fit me. A friend of mine who's a new mother, she refuses to take video calls. And she's constantly trying to find the best angle where her face can look angular. Whenever people call, she's like, mere saath baat mat karo, baby ko dekho na. And I think social media sensed this because they just started recommending face yoga apps to her. Face yoga, the only yoga a new mother is brilliant at is Shavasana. In fact, I think this asana was invented by a new mother who was like, family, मैं yoga करने जा रही हूँ, shh, and then flat out on the mat. And all these Bollywood celebrities, how do they get rid of their baby weight so quickly? And the thing is now, whenever you ask them, so tell me, what is the secret? They'll always say something like, I'm just blessed, with great genes. No. I've seen your parents. It's not the genes. Trust me. Prepare yourself for the fact that everyone loves to give mothers advice. Okay? From pet owners to Pados Wale Sharma ji's wife's Bhanja's first cousin. Now, these are some of the best pieces of advice I've been given by random strangers. Eat properly now, okay, beta? You're eating for 2. Yes, and that's exactly how I will get gestational diabetes. If the baby is crying, it means he really needs something. Wow, really, uncle? I would never have guessed. Thank you. Cover the baby in a blanket or jacket all the time. We live in India, auntie. It is 40 degrees outside. Baby will get heat stroke. Don't hold the baby too much. You will spoil him. Yes, that's exactly why I had him. You're pregnant, so look at pictures of beautiful children. Only then your baby will be good looking. Madam, science के बारे में सुना है क्या? I know how you feel, Anu. I have a cat. Really? How much does your cat's tennis lessons cost? Huh? I don't know why you want kids, Anu. I have 2 dogs. They're like my babies. So good, na? They're both toilet training someone. I once got a piece of advice from a 4-year-old girl in Pearls at a playground. My son was a bit unsteady on his feet and he was going to fall from the jungle gym. So I yelled out and said, Ayan, be careful. And I got a lecture from Miss Pearl. Auntie, don't shout. Don't say it like that. Say, Ayan, watch out. Ayan, be careful. Only then he listened now. Why are you scaring him? Don't scare him, okay? Okay. sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just I was worried that he was going to fall. Otherwise, I don't usually yell. I'm a very good person. I'm always speaking on a very even tone. I am so sorry. It'll never happen again. I apologize. Why am I apologizing to a 4-year-old girl in pearls and justifying my parenting? To this day, I am petrified of every little girl in pearls. I've stopped wearing pearls myself. Would have looked nice on this outfit. But my favorite part now is when random strangers stare shamelessly at your belly and say things like, bet, it's a boy because you're carrying too high. No, sir. I just think you are. And for some reason, everyone else is far more dramatic than the pregnant person. Like my husband was stuck on ship and he would be like, baby, I will swim from Sri Lanka if I have to for the delivery of my child. Calm down, Anirudh. Colombo to Chennai is not that far. My vegetarian Michael Phelps. I wanted to go to the hospital to deliver my baby. My mother wanted to go for a blow dry before she met my baby. My father was too busy baby-proofing the house. Not for my baby's sake, for the house's sake. What is going on? And ladies, one bit of advice. If you can avoid having your mother and your husband at the delivery room, I would suggest it. I am the one who went for prenatal classes, but they are the ones who forgot to breathe. I mean, during my labor, I am trying to calm them down with relaxation techniques. I cannot stress how much stress it is dealing with them when you're in distress. They put the labor in labor. And when my son was finally born, the nurse said, Anu, aren't you dying to see him? I said, of course, Sister Mercy, I am dying to see if my son has inherited my husband's pakoda nose. He hasn't, but it's much worse. My son looks exactly like my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law's son doesn't. Do you have any idea how awkward our family functions are? My cousin and her husband checked into the hospital for the baby's delivery. It all went smoothly. 3 days later, they were checking out. They were chatting and laughing with the doctors. The nurses gave everyone little gifts, waved goodbye, took 10 steps, and the nurse said, hey guys, aren't you forgetting something? They had forgotten their newborn baby in room 201 because it hadn't hit them until that moment that 2 had now become 3. Yes, they had their own little human jadoo. Mummy, Papa, koi mil gaya. Please refrain from sending people organic, gluten-free muffins to announce your baby's arrival. They lack taste, literally and figuratively. And you also please don't eat them because you need real energy to referee the Nanny versus Dadi competition that is about to start. In the red corner, weighing in with 38 years experience plus 2 cats is your mother. In the blue corner, weighing in with 40 years experience and the neighbor's child is your mother-in-law. Whenever your mother tells you about her hard pregnancy story, your mom-in-law has one that is worse. Every time your ma did not sleep all night, your sasu ma did not sleep all day. Each one's family recipe is the best. Each one knows you best. But you think Google is the best. Now both the grandmas team up against you because how dare you cheat on us with internet? Now I'm convinced that these grandmothers are liars, yeah. I remember, beta, it was 35 degrees on a cloudy day, July 30th, 1987, when you took your first step. I recall when the wind was blowing in a southwesterly direction when you picked up a rose and smelt it for the first time. Kuch bhi, jhoot, all jhoot. I can't remember what my kid did yesterday, but they miraculously recall events from 35 years ago. But listen, in this battle between Nani versus Dadi, who's the real winner? You. Because while they sort out who is most efficient, you get a break. A lot of mothers run out of patience and hope during those first few months. I ran out of pajamas. Like I started using my father's office shirts as my feeding shirts. And then I ran out of that also. So I had to purchase pajamas. The shop lady kept showing me satin, lacy lingerie. I was like, madam, that is what got me into this trouble in the first place. Then she started pressurizing me to having 2 children. I said, madam, my husband is at sea. Who do I make the second baby with on land? Huh? But this is what I find about couples who have 2 children. They always want you to feel sorry for them. Anu, yeah, you have it easy. You only have 1 kid. Look at us. But you wanted to have 2, na? Now you want my sympathy because you did exactly what you wanted to do. Alright? Let's spend some time discussing this nanny process. Finding the ideal nanny is like landing on the moon. It is possible, but you will need the help of Elon Musk. Nannies are in such demand that we are not interviewing the nanny. The nanny is interviewing us. See, diners usually a boy's best friend, but nannies are a mom's best friend. They charge such a fortune that MBAs in the corporate world are thinking of switching professions. I mean, think about it. Free housing, hospitality, holidays, HR, all without TDS deduction. Like friendships have been destroyed because women have fought over the nanny. Husbands are jealous because their wives have never fought over them so much. Each one is trying to outbid, outdo, outwit the other. It's like an IPL auction. These nannies also are just such fashionistas. I once made such a rookie mistake. I went to this posh park with my son to play with him. I was wearing track pants. I was so embarrassed because the nannies there looked like they'd stepped out of London Fashion Week. I was blessed with this lovely Malayali nanny named Omana. This was her nightingale to my son. Daddy, raro, daddy, raro, daddy, raro, daddy, raro, daddy, raro, daddy, raro. With this lullaby, no wonder Ayan could not sleep. I mean, forget how it's Besura. What are these lyrics? Rari raro, no omena. Rari raro, go omena. And then to top it all, she tells me, you know, Anu, I really like you, but I don't like your in-laws. Omena, it's really easier for me to get rid of you than to get rid of my in-laws, na? A friend of mine, Nisha, had this jhapa who was very strict and like tough love. She did not allow Nisha's husband to sleep in the same room for the first 40 days. After 2 weeks, Nisha's poor husband is like, babe, let's go out for a coffee. Jhapa put her foot down, did not allow it. Nisha's husband now is very mad. He's like, Nisha, either I stay or the Jhapa stays. Nisha had to really think about this because let's face it, in that scenario, the Jhapa is more useful than the husband now. People who say they sleep like a baby usually don't have one. Even a baby does not sleep like a baby. And poor baby is so exhausted now from keeping its parents up all night. I once went 72 hours without sleep. I was convinced ये बच्चा नहीं है, karma है. My mother is still mad at me because I used to sleep all day and be up all night. So poor woman felt like she was working at a call center. But I have one confession. In the absence of a social life now, when your baby is sleeping, it is every new mother's favorite happy hour. Cheers! Cheers! You've pushed the baby out, you've watched what you've eaten for 9 months. Now you can sit back and relax and watch what you eat for another 9 months. Yippee! Doctor, what should I avoid eating while feeding my baby? Mothers should eat everything, ma, except caffeine, fish, chocolate, dairy, wheat, gluten, garlic, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, onions, peppers, strawberries, kiwis, cherries, and prunes. Basically fussy foods. Fussy foods? You mean fussy baby? And in the midst of all this, your mother just gives you a constant supply of Ayurvedic syrups and fenugreek tea, Satavarex, Gond ka laddu, Bajra ka raab. I am trying to feed one baby milk, not give the entire cow population an inferiority complex. Milk factories have been calling me, asking for pro tips on how to increase production. And after feeding your baby every 2 hours, when he looks at the nanny and smiles the widest, you really want to start eating broccoli and cauliflower just for the revenge. The cheap thrill, zindabad. But we mothers are really amazing. While our baby consumes milk, we consume online content and drive the share prices of OTT platforms up. We are such multitaskers. And now it's time for a public service announcement, mothers. Stop constantly saying, my Bablu sings so well, my Bablu draws so well, my Bablu will play IPL. Your friends are tired about hearing about Bablu. Bablu is 3 years old. I mean, you have to love your child. You should, you must. But you cannot be president and sole member of Bablu's fan club. If Bablu did not discover the atom, Bablu cannot speak like Shashi Tharoor. Bablu does not even pay taxes. Bablu's greatest achievement to date is saying, Mama, Susu. So calm down, na. The point I'm trying to make, ladies, is that we are all different. Just like there are different kinds of achar and cheese and Kardashians, there are different kinds of mothers. Like, I know a mom who started bawling because her kids spilled dahi and she felt bad for the dahi. My friend's child woke up from a nightmare and she said, don't worry, baby, reality is scarier. When my son would cry, I would cry louder so he would be confused and comfort me. I would speak to everyone like I spoke to my kid. I called the istri wala, the sabzi wala, and the doodh wala Babujan. They can't make eye contact with me. So the truth is this, ladies. There's no right way and wrong way to motherhood. There's just your way. And you're doing a fabulous job. So happy Mother's Day!